Deebo Samuel requested a trade from the 49ers after their season ended. The team's GM, John Lynch, spoke about the situation yesterday, saying, quote, he asked for a fresh start, and I think we're going to honor it.
Oh.
James, is it smart for the 49ers to obviously be moving on from Deebo Samuel?
No. It's not. Oh, it's not smart at all because Deebo Samuel means so much to Brock Purdy and he means so much to Kyle Shanahan. There's nobody on the San Francisco 49ers team that does what Deebo Samuel does. So all them plays that you're running when Deebo Samuel's out of there, those is off of your play call sheet. I am not saying the Niners ain't going to score no points. But when Deebo Samuel is out there, eyes are on Deebo Samuel more than they are on George Kittle, more than they are on Brandon Ayuk. All right? He is a coverage dictator for you. He plays running back. He plays slot. He plays outside receiver. You know what? Our quarterback's struggling. He done threw 2 passes that got tipped, might have should have been picked. Let's say that happens. You know what? Whop, here go quick screen to Deebo. Ain't got to think about it. Ball out to you. That is gone now. And it changes the way you call the game, and it changes the way your young quarterback plays. Your young quarterback didn't struggle last year because he had all these playmakers around him. Your young players struggled because a lot of these young players were in and out of the lineup. You need a Deebo Samuel in that lineup to help you as a play caller and to help your young quarterback. Losing Deebo, I know everybody, he make this much money and he this and that and he ain't out there. But when Deebo Samuel is out there, Deebo Samuel is that guy. Losing him is going to be big for the San Francisco 49ers and Brock Purdy.
You don't think he's lost a step?
No.
You think he's still like from
I think Deebo's still Deebo.
Yeah.
I do. And a lot of people want to get, well, this year and that year, get what you're going to get.
Yeah.
When I seen Deebo with that ball in his hands at times last year, you know who he looked like? Deebo when he played All-Pro. That's what it looked like. So they can nitpick on a lot of different stuff with Deebo. Deebo's still a big-time player. And when the Commanders get him, and they get him with Jaden Daniels, because I'm speaking it into existence, and they get him with Jaden Daniels, it's going to be a problem trying to deal with Scary Terry, Deebo, and Jaden Daniels.
Look, I'm not all about letting good players go. I think the 49ers, all pro players. Right. But I think it's smart this year for the 49ers to move on from Deebo. Look, you have to pay. We agreed or not, you got to pay for Brock Purdy. And Deebo Samuel right now, he's making $19.5 million. And I don't want to sound like, oh, he's making this much money, like you just said. But I am. He's making $19.5 million for 12% of the touches. Yeah. And so you have to figure out a way to use him more to make sure that salary is worth it. And I think with the 49ers, they're saying, hey, we like Ricky Pearsall. We really like Juwan Jennings. We feel good with the recovery of Brandon Ayuk. We got CMC hurt or not. We got Kittle, who's coming off one of his best stat years. So for me, I think it's smart to move on. He's 29 years old, entering his 7th season, okay? That's not super old for a receiver, but when he plays the physical nature that he plays, I think that's what is the issue.
Do you have right there, because I don't have him in my notes, do you have right there like what his percentages was a couple years back?
12% in 2022, 12% in 2023, 12% in 2024. His all-pro year in 2021, it was 16%. It jumped up.
A little bit more.
Yeah.
But
I'm just saying, yeah.
What we're saying is, so help me, though, because you're about to pay this quarterback.
Yep.
That's what you're saying. No Deebo.
No Deebo.
An older Kittle.
Yep.
Who knows when Brandon Ayuk is coming back? So you could be out with Brandon Ayuk. So you're sitting here with confidence telling me, Ricky Pearsall and Brandon Jennings, let's go to work. Yeah, and I'm all for them being good players. Juwan Jennings, let's go to work. Look, that's tough for me with what Brock Purdy had.
I got
that's
you.
All,
Deebo, in my opinion, is a gadget guy who can play receiver given the right scheme. And I think Kyle Shanahan's scheme is right. Where I think Deebo should go I think he needs to go to the New England Patriots with T. Higgins. If you want a rebuild in New England and you want to spend some money, which the Patriots have a ton of cap space, I'm pretty sure they're the #1 team in terms of cap space allowed. That's where I think you should go. This is what the issue is, right? This is what we talk about Brock Purdy. You can't pay everybody. You got to be able to pick and choose who to let go.
Yeah, the question I have is, I didn't see the same Deebo Samuel this year.
No.
Yards after catch, he was not the same guy, breaking tackles and getting places.
Yeah.
And now he isn't happy with his role, which is in part the percentage is because you do have a Christian McCaffrey and you have added some of these young wide receivers. Like, I just, if you don't want to be here and be part of this mix, if you wanted to have that bigger role that you had previously, we can't give that to you.
Yeah.
Like that, we're just not built that way. And I understand your point about his value to Brock Purdy. But if the dude doesn't want to be there and I got all these mouths to feed, then my feeling is, like, as good as he might be and good as he might still be, I got to move on.
Before Shady goes, though, you know what's crazy, Slick? Because when Deebo was there and every time Brock Purdy struggled and Deebo wasn't in the lineup, that's all they said. Man, if Deebo Samuel was there, it's so much easier. That's all they said. And the other thing is we talk about Deebo not being involved. That's how we throw shade and try to duck and dodge the quarterback not playing well.
I'm about to say that.
Go ahead, Shady.
Because it's all fun and games, right? Now, first, let me answer your question first. It's not a good thing, right? They shouldn't want to get rid of Deebo. It's all fun and games, though, right? Until, because we, like you saying, Chase, going there with Jennings and Ricky, that sounds cool. That sounds great, right? Everybody, until we get to a real live game and they look like they look this year, right? I look at Deebo as a guy that helps out Brock Purdy. We all can say, I don't think Brock Purdy's like super duper talented. I mean, he was the last pick in the draft for a reason, right? And he did play well, but Deebo had a lot to do with that. So now Christian McCaffrey he's been banged up. He's been the best player in the offense. He's been banged up, right? I look at Brandon Ayuk. I mean, he had a real injury, though. I don't know what he's going to come back and look like. But Deebo, you know what you're getting from him. I think Kyle Shanahan and Deebo is the best matchup. Because when you want to protect and hide your quarterback at certain times, because there's times where they try to hide Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
You can do it with Deebo. Deebo's the type of guy where I don't need you to throw the ball 50, 60 yards on the field. I watched him throw Deebo a 6-yard pass. He takes it 60 yards, break a tackle, make a guy miss, take a screen pass. All I'm saying is this. It sounds like a great plan, right?
Can't you do that with CMC?
Nah.
Like,
wait, whoa. Let me answer this question.
Yeah.
Because he's been, have you been seeing CMC?
No. I mean, but if he's available.
If he's been banged up, he's been in Germany more than he's been in America. no, I'm a CMC fan, but I'm saying he's been hurt.
Yeah.
So now you go in there with a hurt CMC, you go in there with your number 1 receiver not going to be there, and you depend on a number 3 receiver, hopefully going to move to number 1 or number 2, and then you draft.
Yeah.
And your quarterback ain't no savior. That's another.
Well, you know what? If Brock Purdy is willing to take less in order to keep Deebo, since he's so valuable,
this is crazy,
to him,
bro. Deebo's one of the best players in the ball's hand in the league.
I'm all on board.
If not the,
you can't afford them all, though. That's the thing.
Exactly. All right, coming up, the next face of the NBA is apparently not Jason Tatum, and he has some issues with that. But should the Celtics superstar feel disrespected? We got a theme going on here. That's the quote, has that fire and desire to play. So, Shady, how important is Travis Kelce's return for the Chiefs' Super Bowl hopes?
Real quick, because he's on the Chiefs, a couple shout-outs. First of all, Kelce, that's my boy, right?
That's your boy.
Brett Veach, top 3 GM in the league easily.
That's your boy, too.
That's my boy for real.
Too.
All Andy Reid's best players, he go out there and get. And Andy Reid this morning, hey, look, don't ever call me Flavor Flav again. He said, boy, you like Flavor Flav with them chains on.
Yeah, the big
chains. They never looked this good. Anyway, what's the question? I'm sorry. Kelce.
How much are there of Super Bowl hopes hooked to Travis Kelce's return?
I think it really matters, though, right? And I think everybody's going to talk about just the stats. Oh, well, Kelce's declining. He's not getting the yardage the same. He's not getting the catches. He's not this. And that is true, right? But he's still valuable because defenses are still going to pay attention to him, right? I think once you get other players in there, like Rice, when he comes back from his injury, Rashid Rice, I think Hollywood Brown, they might sign him back. But he'll get another receiver. I see they're looking at adding one more number 1 receiver. When you get them guys, those guys are going to be like the main guys on the outside. But Kelce is still going to be a big factor because imagine Kelce being your 3rd option. Oh, my God. And the biggest reason I think that he helps them out get there is because the leadership. Yeah. We had talked about all this thing about LeBron James being the leader and all that. That's what Kelce is. There's times in a huddle where we're down or we're not playing well. And Pat's not jumping in everybody's face. You know, Pat's balling. That's what he does. But he's not the most vocal guy, right? He'll say here and there, it's Kelce.